India crossed the 100 crore vaccine threshold. The Prime Minister was seen celebrating with patients, vaccine recipients and doctors at a prominent Delhi hospital. That was yesterday. Around the same time today, in fact, at the dot of 10 this morning, the Prime Minister went on TV and addressed the nation. In his address, the Prime Minister linked the epical 100 crore vaccine landmark to Bharat's Maharat, or the nation's genius, as he called it. In an indirect message to the opposition, the Prime Minister then went on to criticize those he claimed injected doubt and panic all these months by questioning the country's capacity to fight challenges. Here's what the Prime Minister said, viewers. Listen in.
100 करोड़ वैक्सीन डोज ये केवल एक आंकड़ा नहीं है, ये देश के सामर्थ्य का प्रतिबिंब है, इतिहास के नए अध्याय की रचना है। इसी वजह से जब 100 साल की सबसे बड़ी महामारी आई तो भारत पर सवाल उठने लगे। क्या भारत इस वैश्विक महामारी से लड़ पाएगा? भारत दूसरे देशों से इतनी वैक्सीन खरीदने का पैसा कहां से लाएगा? भारत को वैक्सीन कब मिलेगी? भारत के लोगों को वैक्सीन मिलेगी भी या नहीं? क्या भारत इतने लोगों को टीका लगा पाएगा कि महामारी को फैलने से रोक सके? भांति भांति के सवाल थे, लेकिन आज ये 100 करोड़ वैक्सीन डोज हर सवाल का जवाब दे रहा है। भारत ने अपने नागरिकों को 100 करोड़ वैक्सीन डोज लगाई है और वो भी मुफ्त। सबका साथ, सबका विकास, सबका विश्वास और सबका प्रयास का सबसे जीवंत उदाहरण है। हम सभी को उसमें देश की एकता दिखी, सामूहिक शक्ति का जागरण दिखा। इसी ताकत ने कोविड वैक्सीनेशन में आज देश को इतने कम समय में 100 करोड़ तक पहुंचाया है।
The opposition was quick to hit back at the Prime Minister, accusing him of being a credit jeevi, or someone who was trying to take credit for, in fact, a pan-national effort. They also said that the Prime Minister was turning an event into a PR exercise so as to strike a chord with voters ahead of important elections scheduled in 5 states early next year. To open this up, and I want to begin with two individuals who have nothing to do with politics, really. They're both doctors. I want to first begin with you, Dr. Ranganathan. How do you view the last 24 to 48 hours? It's been a historic and momentous occasion for the country. Dr. Sanjeev Bagai is also here with us. But Dr. Ranganathan, quite clearly, there's a lot at stake also. The government at the center would like to project this moment as vindication. And if you believe what Mr. Tharoor had said the other day, he said at least this is partial redemption for the government for some of its omissions. Would you share that point of view, or do you think that the government is being opportunistic, it's being self-congratulatory, when actually it shouldn't be?
Good evening, Rahul. No, look, there is no two ways about it. Administering 1 billion vaccine doses
within 10 months is phenomenal by any stretch of imagination. And I would go on to say it is possibly our greatest achievement this century. Everyone involved should be congratulated, most of all our health workers who made it possible. Not to mention the Prime Minister and his team. That has to be said, course corrected after 6 months of laggardness. Rahul, vaccination saves lives. This has been proven spectacularly in the UK. that has also vaccinated majority of its population just like we have. Vaccination does not prevent infection, which is rather disappointing, to be honest. But that's the way it goes. The Delta variant is a nasty piece of work. Anyhow, with a third wave possibly looming, I'm happy that we have now vaccinated more than 800 million Indians with at least one dose. And going forward, with under 18s also coming soon under the vaccination tent, I'm hopeful that the third wave will not be as catastrophic for us as was the second wave. And here is the lesson that scientists and health policy makers must take from this. From January till May this year, Rahul, we saved 124 million lives through vaccinations. We could have saved many more, no doubt about it. Our speed was a pitiful average 1.5 million first shots per day. That just wasn't enough. Despite knowing the spectacular ICMR result, that out of 110 million Indians vaccinated with the first dose, only 21,300 got COVID. People died during the second wave because they weren't vaccinated, plain and simple. One Indian vaccinated had meant one oxygen cylinder less, one death less. I feel terrible for what their near and dear ones went through, are still going through. Rahul, there is nothing worse than a what if in medicine. What if he had got that drug in time? What if he had got that vaccine in time? If we can do 15 million a day today, why couldn't we do 15 million a day back in March or April, especially when the government said that there were, no vaccine shortages? Notwithstanding the fact that despite being a world vaccine R&D and manufacturing hub, we were 3 months late in getting to the vaccine. And do you know, today, by the way, is exactly 1 year, October 22nd, since the Delta variant was discovered in India. It is 10 times more effective in evading the vaccine-generated immune defense. So why haven't we made a vaccine out of the Delta variant in the last 1 year? My colleagues and I are working on this Delta protein, but only to find new drugs, not to use that as a vaccine, that only giant pharma companies or governments can. These questions must be answered by people in charge because lives are at stake. And I'm hopeful, I really am. That is why I congratulate the government that we will learn these lessons going forward. Rahul, just 20 seconds. This whole vaccination drive has been like the great Indian wedding. The groom's late, the bride is crying, the food isn't ready, there's a power cut, the generator is smoky, the pandit is missing. But in the end, all comes together well, except the Fufaji, who is never satisfied. And we are seeing many Fufajis today.
So by Fufajis, you mean perhaps members of the opposition and other individuals who pronounced dire doomsday or painted doomsday scenarios, call themselves epidemiologists, etc. Okay, well, that's a point of view. Let me bring in Dr. Bagai. Dr. Bagai is a medical professional, as someone who has rolled up his sleeves and been through the thick and thin of all of this over the last, well, now almost 20 months. What do you make of, A, this achievement, and B, the politics or the opposition's fervent attacks on the government? Are they justified? Or has the government won a perception battle here?
Good evening, Rahul. Good evening, everyone. It takes a couple of seconds to stop laughing after Anand speaks. So thank you, Anand, for bringing a smile on our face at the end of the day. Rahul, just allow me a couple of minutes because there's a lot of scientific data and a lot of information which will put facts on the table. I think this has been a brilliant display of complete precision, implementation, planning, meticulous on-ground and immaculate on-ground logistics. It has been a superb execution. There is no question about it. The naysayers can keep shouting till the cows come home. And by the way, there is no cow protein in it, no pig protein in it. It does not cause infertility. In fact, if at all, there is an 18% increase in the sperm count after the vaccine. So I would urge all the oppositions who are crying foul, especially in UP, with regards to infertility, it will distinctly improve their performance all round. Now coming to the facts, I think we've finished 100 crore vaccines in 30 days shorter than US, and US has only done 41 crores so far. And keeping in mind that we've done 70% as far as this total load is concerned as one vac and the rest as the second vaccine. But don't forget that one vaccine is obliterating death by 93%. That's a huge, huge benefit for people. Now come to where we come as far as the vaccine effectiveness on the ground is concerned. We have shown without any element of doubt to prevent death, severe disease, the effectiveness of the ground in both the Indian vaccines is more than 90%. We had a vaccine efficacy which is in published data, which is approximately 77.8% with Bharat Biotech and approximately 68 to 72% with Covishield. We have decreased the breakthrough infection rate, and this is published data, Rahul, in nature.com, that in March, April, the breakthrough infection rate was 27.5% of Delhi data, which has been published, and now it is 0.2%. So vaccines work like magic. There is no other public intervention tool greater than vaccines. But we have faced 4 pandemics, Rahul. One is we faced the wild strain, which is the Wuhan strain last year. We then dealt with the Delta variant. We have now mischievously dealt with the scariants, which I call the oppositions, who have just produced roadblocks and hurdles for no rhyme or reason. This is the question of just crying fox and wolf, and no one is actually taking these guys seriously, because when you give a criticism, it should be meaningful so that we can implement something. If you're trying to derail a bus which is going well, then it's being mischievous and devious. Come to where we come as far as the vaccine benefits are concerned. With this state as we stand now, we have decreased community transmission, host-to-host transmission by almost 50%. We are decreasing the caseload. The main effect of this is what PM respected sir said in the morning is that this is a new look India. I think as suggestions to the government, I will make 3 quick suggestions. The pediatric implementation of the vaccine should happen as quickly as possible, because that's a large chunk of Indian population. Point number 2, we should have a complete directive, as a suggestion with all humbleness, for adult vaccinations. We have never focused worldwide on adult vaccinations, and these are preventable diseases. We must focus on adult vaccinations. I won't go into the details. And last, most importantly, is we should start working on a combined coronavirus vaccine, which includes all the common cold, which is happening overseas. Hopefully it will happen here too. But if you ask me as a summary, I think we've done very well. People laughed at the government and Mr. Modi, just 30 seconds, Rahul, as to why people are clapping. Why are you lighting a candle? Why are you showering petals? This is a marathon. I've said the exact words to you in March, April, May last year. And what Mr. Modi, sir, has done is he's broken this marathon into smaller parts to keep India together. A lot of countries have been desiccated by this pandemic.
Sure.
Make no bones about it. He has held us together. There is unity of purpose. Can't find fault with what we have done. We have done well.
Okay. 2 medicine men who are suggesting that the government needs to be congratulated here. Please,
yes,
no more time.
Yes. So, I mean, the blame as far as Dr. Paul is concerned is that he was trying to, make an excuse for the increasing number of COVID cases and the number of deaths in Kerala. And I remember the CPIM government used the excuse of the ICMR data, if you know, Rahul.
Yes.
That Kerala, only 40% are now, immune to the disease. There are of 50%. But that doesn't wash scientifically, because Assam has the same number. And Assam did not see that much of catastrophic COVID rates as Kerala did. Number 2, when they were saying that UP has 70%, the 30% vulnerable population of UP is 60 million, which is twice the population of Kerala. UP did not see what Kerala saw.
Yeah.
And finally, 10 seconds, I'm really disappointed with my really good friend Riju Datta, because what he said was as a politician, but he's a scientist. I wanted him to say as a scientist. And now, Riju Da, how can you say that vaccinating 100 million or 1 billion people is a jumla? It has come true. You should congratulate Riju Da, please.
Okay,
Talk as a scientist, not as a politician.
Okay.